All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back with another episode. Dude, the CEO, the man, the myth, the legend, the PTSD trembling.
That's ridiculous.
Jimmy is back. Cheek, if you guys haven't noticed, I didn't upload one for a while because he didn't give us any spare change.
All right. You're going to, anytime you throw like new lingo out, you're also going to have to.
I just made that. It's when I want Cheek to spend time with me, but he doesn't give me any.
Yeah, he explained that yesterday or when I was here last, but I didn't know because you guys said it in the group chat, and I was like, what, spare change? I'm like, I know I'm the only one in the group that carries cash on me, but why do they want change? I was so confused.
Dude, it's because we watched Agatha and we reviewed it for you guys. It was so bad he quit. He was like, I'm done. And he hasn't recorded since Agatha.
I will say, though, like, when I've talked to him in the past while I was gone, he'd tell me, he's like, dude, I feel so uncomfortable. He's like, it was a lot. He's like, it made sense when you and Ty did it. Yeah. He's like, you guys knew what you were talking about. He sends me notes, and I'm like, I don't know what half of this is, and I just have to, like, wing it.
But I feel like half of it is stuff we talk about daily. Like,
I mean, it's a little different than, like,
yeah.
Because you got to remember, when we were doing this hot, dude, that's all our DMs were.
That's
all TikTok was. It was, hey, yo. I remember I'd type up the notes like throughout the week.
Yeah.
And I'd just set my MacBook in front of us, and I'd give you like a rundown in the beginning. I'm like, all right, I got this, this, and this. Did I forget anything?
Yeah. But it is fun to like go through all of it and stuff. Which is what makes it good, because it's just, I think, more like casual and flowy for like me and you. It's just because it's like deep nerdism. Like, Chick would be a good third that doesn't really know, and to get like a separate opinion and stuff like that. Which we've got a lot to talk about because we haven't done anything for a while.
Let's start with the simple. The DEI hire was insane. Insane. That was crazy. Dude, I get it. We stopped for a while because we were busy. There was a lot of stuff going on in the friend group, and we just kind of like got pulled away from it. But then for anyone who noticed, if anyone actually listened to this from like when we did it through
we got Black Man
Anchor.
Yeah.
That's what we used to put it through.
Yeah.
We stopped for a while, and then this switched to YouTube. And once you started uploading on YouTube, I was gone.
Yeah.
I was away, out of country for a long time.
Yeah.
But we're back.
I was AFK.
Yeah, I was. I was out here. I was nerfing. Or no, I was on my Nerf account.
Yeah, he's on Nerf or not. He was smurfing.
Smurf account. Gotta get the lingo back. But I'm back. I can't say I'm going to want to make this drive on a weekly or how often you do this now that I don't live here anymore.
I know, it sucks.
It was so easy when I lived here. It was so easy. It was like, you want to come down and record? I'm like, I guess I should. Yeah. Like, I really should.
Now it's like, now you have to drive.
Nerd, baby.
No, oh, my dude, this guy's an addict. While he's popping like a pocket pillow, I'm going to go over like, we've got a lot.
Lip pilly vanilla, baby.
Bro is such an addict.
Nicotine is proven healthy for the body. We just don't have any healthy forms
No.
to consume it, so
No. You sound like Andrew Siri.
He's
got
a well-educated man.
Gaming. We've got a lot of Marvel Rivals to talk about because that's taken over. Even you played it since you've been back and then enjoyed it.
I have.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna go over a list. We've got some leaked characters. I did a video on that earlier, but we'll discuss some of them. We've got a list of people that we would want to see added to the game, possibly. Also, COD, it came out hot and heavy with Black Ops 6, but it seems like it's just. I mean, you've been home. When was the last time we really played it? You've seen Joey maybe once or twice.
Yeah, I was gonna say I played it mostly while I was away, and that was just to grind out zombies and diamond camos on snipers. Which, by the way, let me tell you.
No,
once I
here we go, Starlink.
No. Oh, stop. We had to use a Starlink for our Wi-Fi. I mean, there's no, I guess I really don't need to like act like it's some crazy thing. I was deployed last year.
Yeah.
Or this year. It's not the new year yet. I was deployed and we had Starlink. Some of the best internet speed, connection, whatever.
You need it for your basement at this point. Get Joey off.
That was insane. Like, I couldn't believe it, which is wild because you had to set it up in the States.
Yeah.
And then you had to bring it with you. You couldn't get it shipped out there.
Oh, you got lucky getting it before you left then.
Yeah.
Imagine if you didn't know.
We had some dudes that, like, their girlfriends or their wives, whatever, they set it up and then they shipped it. But
huge.
Yeah, it was.
We don't have those.
It was so good. Yeah, we're single. Thanks for throwing that back.
That's why we're recording like a nerd podcast.
I haven't recorded this in what? It's probably been 2 years.
It's been a while.
You totally could have like left that out and no one would have been the wiser. But
no, we're good. Just keeping them up to date on you, dude. I know they wanted to know. heavy on the movies and TV is DC leaning today.
Yeah.
We're never seeing the Batman 2. I mean, we'll get into that.
Did we talk? We talked about the Batman.
Yeah.
Me and you, right?
Yeah.
If anyone who listens to this,
we'll get into that later.
You can
Jimmy
look
will
it back up.
rehash.
I didn't like it.
Yeah, we'll rehash his thing in a bit. We've got some stuff being rebooted, like The Mummy. Did you ever watch The Mummy?
Is that on the notes? Did I skip that?
It's nothing
it is,
crazy.
dude. I completely missed it. Yeah, I used to love The Mummy.
I love the first two. I think it was the third one where it fell off, and then they have The Rock,
where they the kids all grown up and whatnot. But yeah, I like the series in general. What's his name? The main actor.
I can't remember.
Oh my
gosh, it just slipped my mind.
Yeah,
he was just in a movie called The Whale 2 a while ago.
Because
Brandon Fraser.
Yes, Brandon Fraser. That was good. Yeah, because I can't believe I remember that. My mom used to have a huge crush on him, like when the Mummies came out and stuff like that. Yeah, well, until he had a little bit of a glow down.
Yeah. Bro got the reverse aura. He was kind of like a bad boy of that time. Yeah, with the middle part and I'm a rebel.
I don't even want to say up and coming because he was. I remember a lot of late '90s, early 2000s movie.
Yeah,
he was in a lot of them.
Yeah,
and
he was.
I feel like up and coming is not giving him enough credit.
Yeah,
because, he was the hot man on scene.
Yep. And he killed it in those movies. I loved it.
Even there was family friendly ones where with animals or something.
Yeah.
It was a child, a family movie. Mm-hmm. But I remember, he was all around it.
And then 2025, we got a list of movies kind of just to go over if you've got what you like on your list that you want to see. You're
going to have to carry that because being away, I'm not really tracking. A lot of stuff that I thought was supposed to come out is now
they keep
not
changing it.
Out.
They keep changing it. There is some good, so we'll go over some later on. At least I'll go over my list, and whatever I think of, you can add on to that as well. Let's get it started. Let's talk some gaming news. Let's go COD, and then we'll dive into Marvel Rivals.
All
right. Let's see. So Black Ops 6 dropped hot and heavy. I was on it, Game Pass, day one, ready to play zombies. Had a great time. Played some multiplayer. Wasn't really for me. It used to be for me. Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, MW1, MW2, MW Remastered. We played a lot of multiplayer.
Yeah, a lot of search and destroy with Matt.
Yeah, and it was fun. It's just not the same. I don't get. Are we older? Is that it, or is it just it's not made the same?
Gaming's different. Gaming is so much different. It's not just a let me hop on with the boys and get a game going. This, that, and the other. Gaming atmosphere. And everyone would agree with this. It is so much more competitive just because of how easy it is to stream, try and get your name out there, be good at a game. I mean, it's, dude, until once I got my PC 2 years ago, it completely changes how you play. I started playing on 13 cents, 14 cents on COD.
Dang.
And it's one of those things where it's now don't get me wrong. I also played a lot with Matt, and we would play search, so I started getting into snipers a lot. And I mean, everyone got into snipers. Yeah,
but it's just a phase. It's just a phase on COD. You're going to pull up the sniper.
I never outgrew that phase, unfortunately.
Nah, yeah.
But it just, everyone's trying to be the best there is. Even these guys that their 30s, 40s.
Yeah, they wanna.
That was their thing when MW2 came out, and that was, I'm getting on with the boys, and now they're coming back from their 9 to 5. And they can't enjoy a game.
Playing 4 games to enjoy. And everyone is a sweat. Everyone has TTV. Everyone has YT in their name.
Spawns,
TikTok.
Spawn rotation going. Dude, that's one thing that it's we get on Treyarch, Activision, Sledgehammer, fix the spawns. But everyone loves these short-term maps like Nuketown, Shipment, stuff like that. To where it's
I can drop 30, 40, 50, 60 kills.
You can only rotate it so much. Yeah. And it's people are going to abuse it. And it sucks. And don't get me wrong. I'm a prime advocate for when I start just getting spawn camped and spawn rotated.
How about we fix this? Yeah. Can I spawn? I'm not even pixelizing the game.
So much is what sucks.
Yeah. It is pretty frustrating. It happens
but
quite a bit.
Black Ops 6, I used to be a huge campaign guy.
Yeah.
Didn't play any of it. We had one guy that was in our tent who he'd hop on one of our PS5s and he would play the campaign on his PS5.
Yeah.
It looked really good.
Yeah.
It looked like they added a lot of mechanics to it. I saw him trying to
this is the best COD in a while, I'd
pick
say.
A lock.
Yeah.
Stuff like that, and one stealth mission. I was like, this looks
nice,
pretty cool.
Good stuff. Way to add and improvise. Yeah, I don't know. It's
I think it
is a good COD too. That's what I like.
Yeah.
This isn't a bad COD. I think it's just maybe COD's hitting the stalemate at this point. Like,
I mean, look, when you can give me a COD game that I can download that's not 150 gigs.
I had to uninstall mine today for work. I had to uninstall mine
because it's one of the largest games out there, and it's absolutely ridiculous. And they're trying to merge, like, they keep the servers connected so you can use these guns in a certain war zone or whatever, and it's just like, go back to separating them, man. People are buying your game anyway, and it's like, there's got to be a way to where it's like you can build it so it has access to Warzone, but you're not still having this huge downloaded game.
It
just takes up so much space.
I had to uninstall it to download videos for work today. Yeah. Because most of you guys know, like, I do video editing and stuff like that, and I do all the ones for the pod and my content. I needed the 100 gigs. Like, I was like, dude, I gotta.
It's ridiculous.
I gotta uninstall unless I get like an extra terabyte, and I have a terabyte, so it's like
I have 2 terabytes in my PC, and I'm contemplating. I'm nowhere close to filling up my second one, but I've been downloading games hot and heavy since I came back.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at it, and I'm like, I'm gonna have to buy external storage.
That's nuts.
So we'll see.
It's not fun. Zombies is good. Zombies is really good. Multiplayer is good as well. It's just, I don't know. I guess BRs are still just too hot and heavy.
Dude,
I think Marvel Rivals has changed that, which we'll get into in a minute. But like,
I'm so over the BR phase, man.
Yeah.
So over it.
I don't know. Fortnite's the only one doing it correctly. Apex is pretty much oblivious. Like, it's gone. It's done. We played a lot. I played a lot of it.
Still streams it. I still get notifications every now and then when he pops up.
I think he pretty much has to.
Yeah.
But he's been switching to Marvel Rivals, which I don't blame him. If you're having more fun and the game is booming right now, like, why not?
Yeah.
I'm not going to go run Apex ranked just to, like, maintain my own game now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's no way. But I don't know. Marvel Rivals is here. Overwatch knockoff. I'd say yes and no.
Yeah.
Because the stuff they took Overwatch and they made it better, and now we have an unlimited roster of characters.
What's the company's name that does Overwatch again?
Blizzard.
Yeah,
they sold.
So who's the company that made Marvel Rivals?
I don't know, actually. I forgot.
Like, I'm so out of the loop with all this.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think they did it really good. I've seen some backlash about this, but I love the fact that they're not role locking people.
Yeah, me too.
It's annoying as hell.
Yeah.
Because
play the game how you need to win it.
But yeah,
here's your characters. Good luck.
But I do like how it's like, you know, you can play whatever. Like, you can play all what's
you can play all.
They have strategists, duelists, and
healers. Yeah.
And what is it?
The tanks, whatever they're called.
But I love how you could go like all attack essentially.
Yeah, you can go all tanks.
Probably gonna get wiped.
Oh yeah.
I do think it's pretty solid because like it. Not that it forces people to switch up, but I mean, I'm a pretty big advocate as like I never really played a healer in like Overwatch and stuff like that. Like I tried in Smite, but like it was never really like my role.
Mm-hmm.
But like forced to play Loki one game, and I really like.
You're like, dude,
Loki.
he's kind of cool.
Yeah. So like those of us who try and actually like help the team out and win, and, like, try and play more roles, like it is fun because you get to change up.
Yeah, and I think
played Groot the one game, and I was going off. We almost
and I was with you with Rocket and stuff, and we were just like giving each other boosts and everything, which was sick. And I think that's one of the reasons Marvel Rivals is going to succeed is if they keep pushing like this cool stuff, like if you listen to the character dialect between the characters and the combos, you know the people that made this game like Marvel, like and that's one of the things. Like I can tell there's passion in it. As opposed to like some other games out there, dude. Don't put her in. Don't put her in.
I think that was one of the last few things we talked about. Was the She-Hulk podcast?
Agatha made She quit, and She-Hulk made you quit and go to the other side of the world. that's what
I ran to a different country.
Yeah, we're good. We can't ever review Marvel stuff on here anymore, man. Apparently, What If has a bad ending. I didn't watch it. But
I haven't caught up on it.
If Soups is dogging on it, then I'm like,
I
man.
just watched Loki season 2 on my way back to Jersey.
Yeah.
So I thought it was great. Phenomenal.
Yeah, good.
I mean, I know I'm like super late to the party, but
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I thought it was really good. Can't wait. Didn't they confirm season 3?
I don't know.
I thought I saw something about a season.
I'm not sure.
But
I'm not sure about season 3. But I'm thoroughly enjoying Marvel Rivals. I enjoy rank. The higher up you do get bans, which is nice. Because you can look at people's career And if you're a Mantis main, you're not. But if you are, then I'm banning Mantis, and now you have to try and play whoever.
It's like playing Siege, except the only difference was you don't get to see like what people main.
Yeah.
But like if you're on a certain map, you're banning certain characters.
Oh, Iron Man! This is a great Iron Man map. We got to get rid of Iron Man. Yeah.
But I haven't touched any of the rank. You have to be what, level 11?
10.
10?
Yeah. Were you there? I think I got you there that one night.
But yeah, I haven't touched any of the rank, and dude, even in casual, it's like. Can I get a good Spider-Man?
Yeah,
please?
so it doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. Here is the one thing I don't like or I find annoying about Marvel Rivals. You guys can let me know in the comments. Solo queuing sucks.
Oh yeah, you need at least.
If you're solo queuing, you need to bank on losing.
Yeah.
Like unless your team's all in a party. Now when it's casuals, I don't care too much. A lot of the times I'm just playing with randoms. But when I want to play ranked, I need like 3 or 4 friends online.
Oh yeah.
To play.
Even in casual, you need 3.
Yeah,
I think
unless you're planning on losing and just having fun, working on aim and stuff.
That game me and you played, I mean, we were scrapping, and it was just the two of us.
And we were putting in work.
Yeah, and that
like 30K healing.
And that was the thing that I was like, all right, I guess I'll play tank.
Yeah.
And I was like, let me give Groot a try. And yeah, just with dude, I'm telling you, with like Rocket or Jeff.
Yeah, we were. I was on top. We were doing some dirty work.
I don't know how people don't go for that combo all the time.
Dude, I know.
I was going off.
Yeah.
I was like, this is absolutely ridiculous.
I was stuck on like Mantis for a while, and I still like her. She's probably still my main. But like, I was like, I don't want to try someone else. But then I did, and I actually liked them. Yeah. Like I was like, oh, dude, like I don't mind switching to another healer now.
Yeah.
If I have a Groot on my team, dude, I'm down to play Rocket. Let's run it. I got the revive and everything. If I got someone else on my team, dude, I'm down to play Mantis and like do healing and damage. Let's run it. If I have to play damage, like I'm learning characters right now, like Psylocke, I'm having fun. I'm not the best at her. I don't know if I'm playing ranked with her, but her, I like Moon Knight.
Yeah,
Moon Knight's a blast.
Psylocke was really fun. I remember I picked her for a casual game. I was just like, oh, let me play another, or let me play a different character, and I was playing with some of my other buddies, and yeah, super fun. Yeah. Definitely, like I feel like super technical, just because of
you
like
gotta know like how to use her.
But I mean, even then, like still snagged a few kills. The ult's like.
The ult's good.
It's good. Like you don't really have to be too good. You got to know like who you can pop it on. And stuff
get in the
back
backline, try and pull a healer or two and get out.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, they make the characters fun to play.
Yeah, like even I'll play. I'm not a tank guy. I'm
gonna be coughing this entire time because of the Eagles game yesterday. I was screaming so much.
Makes sense,
dude. Like my throat. We got back in the truck and I was like, Josh, I need a cough drop now.
Yeah, I bet he sued that throat real quick. Yo, that's good. You didn't say no.
That was insane.
You didn't say no.
Nothing's changed. Absolutely nothing has changed.
That's crazy. But I'm having a blast, dude. And there were some leaked characters. So here's who's been leaked so far from Marvel Rivals. The Fantastic Four, Mr. Fantastic, the Thing in the tank category. Mr. Fantastic, I believe, is a duelist. So damage category. Yeah. Ultron was leaked as well on top of that as a healer. Apparently, he has the ability to fly. He has a drone that follows people. And his ult, I believe, sends out like a few drones. Mm-hmm. If you're an ally, you get healed. If you're an enemy, you get shot and damaged.
Have you seen the Deadpool rumors?
Yep.
About because Wolverine just had a new cosmetic release, and it's his from the movie.
Yeah.
Dude, all I'm saying
Human Torch as well. He'll be like an Iron Man type because he can fly. Yeah. So now it's just gonna...
All I'm saying is if Deadpool's in the game, bro, I don't care if I'm bad with him. I'm not playing anyone else.
Yeah. He's got to have a healing factor. Dude, there has to be an ability for his healing factor.
It hurts so bad that Spider-Man's so hard to play because that was the first character I picked, and I was like, dude, this is hard. I was on him for maybe 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I was like, this is ridiculous.
The first one I picked was Luna because she's bad. That was literally it. That was my deciding. I was like, who's the baddest? And I was like, split dye hair. I'm picking her.
That's insane.
I don't even play her that much anymore.
Split dye, dude. Split dye hair.
Come on, you could come on,
me, bro. I've always had a weakness for that. I've always.
It's an odd weakness, but it hits,
dude.
Like, I don't know what it is.
It's something.
But so there's a lot of. I mean, the roster's unlimited.
Yeah. There's so many characters that they could pull. Like you have continuous content you can get it to a point where it's like, hey, because they do seasons.
Yeah.
You could be like, hey, this season we're pulling back these characters from this category, but you also have these characters that are coming into play.
Yeah.
And it's gonna force people to play different characters.
Yeah. And
it's going to force the strategy to change.
I wonder because it launched with 33 characters. Do you think they're gonna vault some characters?
I think after a certain point, so like you got to look at it, right? Like you have games like Smite where there's just this unlimited amount of characters that you can play. I don't know how many Overwatch has, but I want to say
the problem with Overwatch is they have to create brand new things with brand new storylines and all this and that.
But I think if Rivals wants to do something to keep it fresh to where you're not getting these, because they're already nerfing characters.
Yeah.
To where you're not constantly having to nerf people. You want to keep a game kind of like manageable is the word I'll use. I think the best way that you could go about this is to vault characters after a certain point. Otherwise, you're just going to get this nonstop of like a character's not going to get used after a certain point.
Yeah.
Like, this character's going to be overly saturated with players, and then you're going to have people like, oh, well, because I haven't seen it happen yet, and I haven't seen anything happen with it, but I'm telling you, dude, the day is going to come where people are going to be like, oh, I'm only good with this character, and you took them. So I'm just going to sit and spawn till you get off of them.
No, I agree. And there has to be some type of penalty for those people as well.
So, and I feel
which is annoying.
I don't know how it works in ranked. I don't know if there's any penalties for stuff, but I think if you want to avoid like a toxic fan base or stuff like that, I wouldn't even say toxic, but like just like in-team
that or the ban phase is going to have to be a lot more for ranked.
Right.
Like 5 bans a team. I don't know. I'm curious.
I think vaulting, especially when you're banning characters in ranked, like I think vaulting is probably going to be the best way you can move forward. Because, I mean, you look at it. Like, look at Siege, dude. I mean, I've talked about Siege on here so many different times just because, like, it's, you know, I don't want to say it did it first, but it's so well known that it's like there's so many characters that do the same thing, just slightly different. It's like, I think you only want 2 bans. You get a ban for offense and a ban for defense, I think. You might get 4.
Gotcha.
But yeah, it's like you could be like, oh, well, you know, we're going to ban Bandit, but then they have Cade, which is another electrical trap user, and it's like, you know.
You don't really ban anything.
Exactly.
It's just like,
Exactly.
I'm in the same boat as you when it comes to that. 33 is a lot right now, which I am not complaining at all. Like, I love a massive roster, and I think all of them are good, and all of them are different and unique. Like, but there's only so much diversity you can do. Like, a stun. Like, some last longer than others. Some do different effects, stuff like that. And that's fine with me. But, like, I feel like if I'm playing Wolverine, I feel cool and different. I can claw people and bring them back to my team. But I feel like if I'm playing Hulk, it's awesome because I feel like a massive tank. And I can go to Bruce Banner. So, even though some of the stuff is the same, there's plenty of diversity to where, like, each character feels just different and everything. Did you hear my Discord go off?
I've been hearing it go off the whole time. Does this record that, the beats?
It might. It doesn't matter. But I think it's in a great direction. I think it's awesome right now. Like, I want to play tonight.
Huge start. Yeah. That's why I wanted to do this when we did it, because I really want a game.
I know.
And I haven't been able to because my PC's in Joey's room, and Joey's got work tomorrow, and he was like, well, you're just so loud. I'm like, dude, my PC's 5 feet away from where your head is when you sleep.
Yeah, what are you supposed to do?
Right?
He's going to have to bring his PC over here.
So it's like, you know, I'm contemplating setting it up in the rec room, but there's too many dogs that move through there. A cord's going to get chewed. So I'll just limit it. I mean, you know, I'm going this long without playing games.
That does kind of suck, though, too. It's just like, he's got work. I can't.
Yeah. But, you know, hopefully getting a play soon. We'll see.
Yeah. Working on that.
Yeah.
I don't think I have anything else on. Who do you want to see added? Like, just give me like 3 characters. Give me one each category.
Okay, so we're talking tank,
yeah,
healer, and attack. Oh.
My tank, I want to see Juggernaut added.
That would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
That would be pretty cool. I think for tank, I think what's his name?
Describe him.
He's a mutant. He turns metal. He was in the Deadpool movie.
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
I'm such a fake Marvel fan right now, dude.
Normally you would know this off the top of your head, too.
Dude, like, that's the thing. Is my...
Yeah, Google him now. Now he's going to be on the edge of my tongue.
My phone. It's over here. Yeah, dude, like, that's the thing. I'm going to have such brain fog with, like, all of this.
Yeah, from deployment and everything.
Just, like, not... Like, it was so easy when I just typed in deployment because you said that.
This dude is cooked.
Metal Mutant Deadpool. Yeah.
Colossus?
Yes.
Colossus. Yeah.
I think Colossus could be a really cool one.
Colossus could be cool.
Because in the Deadpool movies, he's metal all the time.
Yeah.
But he can go back and forth. So, like, that could be like a Hulk Bruce Banner thing, right? Where it's like, you know, he's metal after a certain amount of damage he takes, he turns back to normal.
Yeah.
Let's see. Attack. Man, I don't even know if I don't even know the whole roster for attack.
I know.
Deadpool. I mean,
yeah
Deadpool. But with that being rumored,
What about the Spirit of Vengeance making an appearance? Little Ghost Rider?
Yeah, that could be cool.
Could be a nice
you
one.
Could throw Blade in there.
Oh yeah, Blade has been leaked as well.
Blade. Oh yeah, I think
there's one massive leak, but that's like later on, like season 1 leaks for like the Fantastic Four and stuff like that.
You could do Elektra. I think Daredevil was also leaked.
Daredevil would be sick as well.
I feel like for Attack, there's just so many options, and like you could look at the mutants. Quicksilver would be really cool.
Yeah.
Like there's so many options.
Cyclops.
Even Cyclops. There's just mutant wise because like, let's be real. Marvel wise, like they got some mutants on the lineup for Rivals, but like the roster is huge.
Yeah, it's unlimited.
Iceman and the Fire guy. I don't think they call him Fireman. I'm blanking, but Torch or something.
Yeah.
But he was in the new Deadpool movie. Dude, give us some Nova, or what's her name? Xavier. She was also in the Deadpool movie. Casanova. No.
Yeah.
It's
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. Just so many options. She could be a healer.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty cool.
I know. I wonder if Kitty Pryde could be a healer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Her abilities don't really match, but I'm trying to think of like that, or she's gonna be a Psylocke type strategist or a duelist. I would see like maybe a dash through like a wall or like with an invis and stuff as well.
I think that would probably she'd fall better off into that category.
I don't know who for healer I want to put.
I mean, Loki is a healer. Like, I mean, it makes sense. But I think Loki makes sense. If I'm sitting there looking at a roster of people, like, I'm like, man, I really want to put Loki in here. I wouldn't necessarily put him as a healer because, I mean, look at Smite. He's a jungler.
Yeah.
Right? So I think that was a good twist. I think that works out. His attacks do damage and healing.
Yeah.
Rocket as a healer is another one.
I know.
It's kind of like, really? Because, I mean, they could do whatever. Because honestly, I remember queuing up and being like, Doctor Strange is a tank, huh?
Yeah, I thought the same thing.
But when I look at it and the way they have him set up, I'm like,
it works.
Yeah,
it works good.
So, I mean, they could put whatever spin they want on it, and I think they got a good thing going right now that if they keep like taking their time with the characters and whatnot, they can make it work.
And here's my quick future for what I see for Marvel Rivals doing, and I think it's genius, and the leaks are kind of confirming my theory. I don't know if they put something else about this or not. Movie anticipation, characters drop. Movie anticipation, characters drop for that movie. Kind of like a correlation. Fantastic Four coming out next year.
Yeah.
Oh, Marvel Rivals, we're dropping this, and that character being added. You're like, oh, let's go. And it gets you hyped for the movie.
Yep.
Similar to what they're doing in Fortnite right now.
Yeah.
Because Marvel's dropping all kinds of collabs.
I was just about to say that Fortnite does it really well with when there's hype around something.
But Marvel, I mean, Daredevil's TV show coming out next year.
Yeah.
Daredevil's being added to the game. So now I'm playing it, and I'm hyped. And then I'm like, oh, dude, let's go check out Daredevil. Yeah. And I think that's going to be really good, especially
it keeps it relevant. It's a very good way of like, they're updating.
It's a good marketing move as well. So I feel like that's it. And then costumes, cosmetics.
Yeah.
Well, we're dropping the Guardians of the Galaxy 1, then 2, then 3 skins for Mantis and Star-Lord and all that stuff. So then it's like, oh, cool. And then Fantastic Four. Well, we're dropping some of the OG skins. Then we're dropping the ones from the new movie coming out, and then we're dropping the Mr. Fantastic from Doctor Strange 2.
Yeah.
Like, I hope they don't think that stuff's like corny to do, because we would literally love that. Like,
people would eat it up. I mean, look at the people that are already buying cosmetics.
Yeah,
everyone. There's always like a skin hoarder.
Like, what if they drop the Henry Cavill's Wolverine?
Yeah,
but they drop that skin.
Yeah,
like we would get it.
Yeah,
and it would make sense and it'd be fun. So I hope they're not like, well, we can't do like goofy stuff like that. Like, no, drop Howard the Duck as a healer.
Yeah,
I don't care.
Yeah,
like,
that would be wild.
That's my healer, Howard the Duck. Just because
there's just so many, like, Marvel Universe is just so expansive, dude. And it's like you could do anything. There's so many cosmetic options. And I mean, in all reality, if you really want to make things crazy, because I haven't played any of the other game modes. Oh, excuse me.
They're all essentially the same.
Okay, I was gonna say if they really wanted to add something spicy, and this is just me spitballing. There was a comic line. They might still be releasing it, but they started releasing it like 2021, 2020, something like that. And it was essentially, the background of it was Gamora got a hold of the Infinity Gauntlet with the Infinity Stones, and she snapped, and characters merged, right? So there was one comic line I was collecting for a little bit, and it's Rack Knight, or Moon Spider. I think it's Arachnite.
Really?
Or something like that. It was Moon Knight and Spider-Man, and they combined certain the aspects of the heroes.
Yeah.
And like, dude, all I'm saying is they really wanted to get crazy with it, and they could add a whole nother game mode where the heroes are mixed, and you have a baseline.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah.
That's crazy.
And it was like Harry was Green Goblin, but Green Goblin was like a werewolf type deal.
Yeah.
So he would turn into the Goblin at night, and it was insane. Like, I wish I would have kept up with it because it was such a cool comic line.
Crazy.
I still have like the first issue or something like that, but yeah.
Yeah, there's so many. I mean, they could drop Silver Sable as a healer too.
Silver Sable. There's Silver Surfer.
Yeah.
That could give you another like aerial guy. There's the mutant. Oh, what's his name? Archangel or something.
Yeah.
But yeah,
there's
like,
so many. I'm so excited to see where it comes.
So many.
Because the way they're designing them is fun. Like I'm enjoying playing them, and I feel
100%.
like this would make like Doctor Strange's shield is cool. His Eye of Agamotto is cool.
Yeah.
Like all of it feels cool and relevant to the characters and stuff. And then, did you want to touch on? I don't think I have anything else from Marvel Rivals.
No, I think we hit a lot of it. I mean, it's still new.
Yeah, we'll keep you updated and posted on stuff. I've been keeping you guys update on the channel, like winter updates and stuff like that as well. Did you want to hit on your hype for Elden Ring?
Yes. Elden Ring.
You know it better than me.
I wouldn't even call it a DLC. People are calling it Elden Ring 2. It's like a standalone thing. It's Elden Ring Night Rain, I believe. Huge. So, yeah, they just had this DLC released this year.
Yeah,
Elden Ring.
Elden Ring.
So they're keeping the hype going with that.
Great DLC as well. Just as good as the game.
Didn't get to play it. I keep telling Joey, because I'm not even going to get into that, but I keep telling Joey that we got to do something on my world so I can go play the DLC. But yeah, so Night Rain, it's going to be up to 4 players. You cannot play it unless, I think it's up to 4. It might be 3. But you need 3 players in total, or you have to play it solo. So duos, you're kind of beat.
I don't understand why that's not an option.
I don't know if they're going to add I would assume they have to add like a matchmaking thing or something.
Yeah.
But the huge hype around this is that it looks like they're bringing back old bosses.
From Dark Souls?
Yeah, the Dark Souls line.
I never played any.
And
never
stuff
played
like
any.
That. I dabbled a little bit in Dark Souls 3 and 2. Bloodborne might have some bosses coming in there, because there's a big hype about anyone who's seen any of the memes about it. There's a dragon rider. I'm fogging up on his name, but he's a Dark Souls 2 boss. Don't come at me if I'm wrong. I'm like 95% sure, but everyone's hyped because they're like, he's coming back.
Yeah.
But the gist of it is there's going to be a day and night cycle. It's not going to be like, oh, let us go to this boss, let us go here. You have to survive. So they're going to have like pre-built classes.
I'd be so cooked.
It sounds like, and haven't kept up on it with the whole traveling back, but it sounds like you can find equipment and whatnot while you're in the world. But you're going to have these pre-built classes that you're going to pick each time you go into it. And then the goal is going to be to survive to like the 3rd day.
Yeah.
The bosses get increasingly harder the longer you survive. There's going to be some overworld spawns and stuff like that, and you'll level up.
It sounds cool. Like if I was a Dark Souls, like Elden Ring fan, I feel like I'd be hyped for it.
I
but
will say,
I haven't played them, so
this
I'm kind of oblivious.
It's completely different than what they've done in the past.
Oh, yeah.
So it's one of those things where it's like, this has massive potential to succeed and or flop. Because I could totally see them running with this hype that's been behind Elden Ring for the past few years. And then it just flops, and everyone's like, oh, this isn't what I expected. Because I remember the complete outburst that it was, where people were like, oh, you need 3 people to play. What about if it's just 2 of us, and then you're kind of beat? So
I think that's dumb.
I wonder if it's going to scale to how many people. Like,
but you can scale it to 2. Like, this is...
Well, so that's the thing. Is it going to be... I would assume it would have to be... Because that's what they do in Elden Ring and maybe the Dark Souls games. But like, if you summon a friend, the boss's health scales.
Yeah.
To who's in there.
Scale it to 2. That's what I don't understand.
But yeah, I just wanted to throw that in there. I wasn't sure if you talked about it at all in here, but definitely very excited for that. Want to see how that works.
Yeah, I'm intrigued. You're probably going to be playing. There's a chance I might.
Yeah.
Like if I got friends.
We got Cheek into Elden Ring. I didn't, but Cheek started playing Elden Ring, so there's.
You think you'll be abandoned though for Elden Ring?
100%.
Oh
100%. 100%.
Oh, cook, dude. Because then, like, I'll play, but then someone's gonna have to explain everything to me.
I beat all of the Elden Ring bosses. That might not be true. There might be one boss where I had to summon like Dalton or Joey to help.
Yeah.
I think other than that, for the most part, because it'd be weird. Like I'd get someone to help me. For anyone who's played Elden Ring, like Moog. He's an absolutely ridiculously hard boss. And you have to, it's ridiculous because he's got this one power up where it's like he's got bubbles, he's got like a bubble around him and like rings, if I remember correctly. But you have to use your certain flask, like you have to pair it a certain way to cancel that out.
That's
because
crazy.
It does damage to you and then he gets health back.
Yeah.
So it's like if you use your flask at a certain point while he's doing this like build up, it negates that.
Okay.
And he's just so ridiculously hard because there's so much bleed that gets put on you, and it's like,
cooked.
You could go in there over leveled, and it's not hard, but like if you're just going through the game trying to hit these bosses as you're going, he's a tough fight. Like, and he's annoying.
Prayers.
And it's one of those things where it's like I remember Joey and I were trying to beat all the bosses.
Yeah.
And so we were hitting these like harder to get to bosses, whatever. And I go into his world, we beat him. After many tries. It was not a one-time go, let me tell you. And I was
any of them ever?
Yeah, and he was doing something, and I was like, all right, let me give it a run by myself. And I beat him by myself.
Dang.
And it was hard. But I think other than, like, there were a few exceptions, but for the most part, I beat a lot of the bosses by myself.
I mean,
so if I got to play it solo, I'll play it solo. I'm down to grind.
Dang.
But...
yeah, I do kind of want to give it a whirl. I've always...
it's so much fun.
I respect the games, even though I haven't played them, but I'm like, I can't play this by myself.
It is so... I've almost put holes in my monitor. I've almost broken controllers.
Yeah.
Playing it here, when I had one of these desks, like the glass desk, I almost shattered
Out here,
I would almost shatter. I would feel like really close to breaking it. But it's one of those things like... it's just so satisfying when you beat 'em. Finally win.
You're like, yeah.
And then sometimes you just get these unbelievably godly runs. Like I remember she's supposed to be like the hardest boss in the game. Millennia or
I've heard of her.
Yeah, I think that's her name. Dude, the brain fog is really annoying me. But yeah, so I remember I was streaming it. Dalton and Joey were watching me. And she has this one specific move where she goes into the air and she like flies at you and she does a bunch of sword slashes. And it's that move will kill you. That move will 100% kill you.
I'd be so mad.
And I remember I went in and there was all this hype. It's like, all right, Jim, let's see how you do. First run. Don't expect anything. I'm like, all right, fine.
Fair enough.
I go in. I almost beat her the first try. I was so close. She did, it's like flying something. Yeah. It's called. But she did it at the very end. It was the one time she did it and she got me with it and it killed me.
I would low-key be like, no.
I almost killed her. So I was like, oh, this ain't that hard. And then after that, it's just every run.
You got ran through?
Every single time. And I finally beat her, but it was like, it's pretty miserable. But, I mean, there's a strat for everything, dude. Even, like, the only reason I haven't beaten the Elden Beast yet is because I refuse to change my ways and change my strat on that.
Yeah.
And everything is pretty much ineffective other than, like, regular slash damage against it.
Dang, bro's cooked.
So, yeah, Joey likes to give me slack, but at the same time, he tried to make it sound like he beat it by himself, but he summoned people. I found that out. I don't even want to hear anything. I was like, you got help, and you're giving me slack for it?
That's crazy.
Yeah,
You'd be like, I forgot to mention I summoned 2 guys and
he didn't even tell me. I found out from Dalton. Dalton threw him under the bus. So, yeah, they're unbelievably hard unless you know, like, where to go. Like, people... you see Jacksepticeye, Ludwig, other people. Like, they go through, they do these unbelievably long streams or long format videos where it's like, we're going to beat this. And it's totally doable, especially if you're not, like, gunning for, like, all the secrets, all the perks and not perks, but, like, all the different stuff.
Yeah.
But... because they have that end goal, like, all right, I need this video to be, like, less than 7 or 8 hours.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't have time to waste, like, playing the whole game.
Going on all the side quests and everything. Like, I made mission, that's it.
They do just enough to get to the level they need to be.
It's understandable.
And they go for the end game. So I'm excited. I think it has a very good chance to be very good. But at the same time, I don't know, man.
I may have to give it a whirl. I definitely might have to give it a whirl. But movies and TV, man, we got some heavy DC themed stuff.
Yeah.
for this. Let's hit off the Batman being delayed, and then let's talk about the future of the DC universe. 2027. Robert Pattinson's and Matt Reeves' The Batman 2 has been delayed. Did you watch The Penguin overseas?
I watched the first 2 episodes, and I have not sat down to finish it.
Phenomenal. In my opinion,
I
phenomenal.
liked what I saw, and both the people in my tent that had watched the whole show were raving about it.
Yeah, I think it's a 9 or 10 out of 10.
Okay.
Like, it's so good. Colin Farrell knocks it out of the park.
Yeah, you saw it in Batman, and from what I saw, like, he is, like, he's Lee Harvey.
Yeah.
That's not his name.
No.
That's not his name.
Oswald Cobblepot.
Dude. I knew Oswald was in there. Wow. No, Oswald. He is Oswald Cobblepot. Like, he does the slimy.
I know. There's some like really good scenes with him.
Backstabbing and whatnot, and like
cares only for himself.
Yes, and his mom and whatnot. Like, yes. He did so well. And I saw clips like. I'd walk out into like our main area when they're watching the show, and like I've definitely seen like long format parts of the show. But even
Sophia Falcone.
Yes,
I think she's phenomenal. To hold her own well next to Colin Farrell. She's on screen. I am glued. I don't want to hear nothing about. No one likes strong female characters. Write them right. Give them a good actress, and she's on screen, and I am glued.
She was phenomenal.
Oh my gosh, and you haven't even finished it yet.
She was one that was on the screen most of the time if I sat out there for like 10, 15 minutes to watch part of the show.
And you're just like...
And I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
Like, phenomenal.
There's an episode that... This isn't a spoiler, but there's like an Arkham episode with some Arkham in it.
Yeah, because she was in Arkham and she had just previously got released and she had some flashbacks.
Amazing episode of television. Yeah. Like, so good. Like, it literally just kills it. Everyone on there, too, was bringing their A-game. You'll see later on more of Oswald's... mom and stuff we brought in. She's so good as like having like Alzheimer's and like being shaky.
Saw a lot of that.
And like
doesn't trust his like his henchmen he got.
Yeah. So everyone's just doing great, and the show's on, and you're immediately clicked and locked in, and you're like, here's the problem with the Batman being delayed. I saw the Penguin, and I'm like, immediately give me the Batman Part 2 because I want that same style of writing and everything. And now it's delayed again. Yeah. So I don't know if my hype is going to be the same. You're not you don't really care.
Yeah,
but I thought the Batman was fantastic.
So I was talking to my dad about this.
Really? What's his
because he had Batman on.
Yeah.
Yeah, we weren't really talking about it, and I was just like, "Is this the Batman?" Because I saw the what's his face who plays Jim Gordon, and he pulled them from the crime scene, and I was just like, I'm surprised you're watching this. He's like, why? I'm like, I don't know, man. It didn't grip me. Like, it wasn't. I don't think it was a bad cinema. I really don't. I think they had a lot of big name actors. I think, for a Batman movie, and like I get what they were going for. Like it's Batman Year One.
Yeah,
is what it was mostly based off of, and that
Halloween
is
and
young Bruce Wayne, fresh into being Batman. Like there is plenty of time to show that like maturing,
and growing and everything,
growth as a Batman, and like his like. Less on vengeance and more on I'm the protector of the city. You see that near the end of the Batman.
Yep.
But it was just, I felt like I think my main problem with it is honestly just the pacing because like it's so
It is a long movie. It is a long movie.
And it's a long movie and I feel like it's so slow to where it's like, but they showed detective Batman.
I think they really did a really good job.
Up against the Riddler to where it's like, you don't want to rush something like that because the Riddler's meticulous, He's the I want to say the smartest of the Batman villains.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
I mean, there's Mr. Freeze who's like, but he's he makes your brain, like he makes his brain think.
Yeah.
He forces him to be a detective.
He's what helps him be the world's greatest detective. It's like doing stuff like that.
And I get like you don't want to rush that and you want to have that long format, but I was just dragging on through the show.
I was locked in for like the whole. I thought the cinematography was chef's kiss. It was like I thought everything was good. The way
they did it was that's why like I have such a hard time ragging on it. And I know there's so much hype about it, and I'm also super bitter because if they would have kept like, I mean, you keep these named actors from Snyder's DC, right? Like they did what they're doing with Superman now, a seasoned Superman. You had a seasoned Batman.
Yeah.
You had a seasoned Batfleck, right?
Yep.
And it's like he was supposed to have his own movie. I am just so annoyed that we're not getting a Batman solo with Ben Affleck because like, it was right there. And if you really wanted to, like, screw up the world, screw up the universe, however much you want.
Yeah.
You know, you got Jason Momoa, who's now Lobo, and it's
which
like
is awesome.
Which I mean, we've all been talking about this
Perfect
for
fit.
years.
Perfect
but
fit. Like,
it's like, you know, how hard would it have been to be like, hey, we're moving some of these people over.
Yeah.
And we're keeping Ben Affleck as Batman because like he was perfect.
It wouldn't have worked.
Yeah, apparently.
Dude, you can't do that and then be like, we're not, but we're not taking Cavill. Because if you're doing an age thing, like you, like it just people liked Cavill as Superman more than they like Affleck as Batman.
I agree, but Henry Cavill's had so much slack with like the things like, you know, he's out of The Witcher now because he's shooting a movie, and he's out
Warhammer.
of Superman because of whatever issues with the director or the cast writer or whatever.
DC, I mean, they got rid of him.
But it's just like, you know, if they don't care, right?
Yeah.
Like, you totally could have swung it. And I just have a hard time seeing, what's his name? The Batman.
Robert Pattinson?
Robert Pattinson.
Yeah.
There's going to be a lot of
That's fine.
spacing out. I just have a hard time seeing a brand new Bruce Wayne, Robert Pattinson Batman meeting up with this seasoned Superman who's later down the line in life, and, you know, he's supposed to be this guy who's going to keep up with him, honestly.
So that brings in an interesting question, as in, should Pattinson's Batman be brought over to the DCU?
Yeah, because you started saying that, and that's why I kind of went there with it.
That's part of the rumors of why maybe it's delayed, is Superman's going to happen, they're going to do something else, and they're not casting another Batman, and Pattinson's is being brought over.
Especially with, you look at the Superman teaser trailer, dude.
Yeah.
Like I said it to you.
Completely different tones, which is fine, because the Batman and Superman comics are completely different tones.
So much going on in this first movie, though.
Yeah.
Like, they're showing you so many villains, characters, and it's like, you know, you're throwing this fresh fish into this huge pond that Superman is supposedly going to be, like, we'll say he's the starter of the new DCU, right?
He is. Yeah.
Right?
I guess technically it was somewhat, it might have been like Creature Commandos or whatever.
Creature Commandos.
Technically.
Did I miss something?
Yeah.
Did I?
James Gunn did it. It's not, you don't have to watch it, really. No.
Okay. But
I guess that's the first thing that came out since James Gunn's taken control, I believe.
I'm still gonna use.
But Superman is the start, in my opinion.
Like we're talking about, because if you're trying to,
it's like, because wasn't Hulk the start of the MCU? But everyone's
right.
No, it's Iron Man.
Yeah,
which I agree. And no, it's Iron Man.
But I mean, you could look at Peacemaker, and I mean, realistically, you're talking about a character from Suicide Squad that's gotten rebooted already 3 times.
Pretty much for funsies for John Cena.
Exactly. So it's like,
I've heard it's good. I haven't watched it, so if you like it, awesome. Props to you.
It seemed like it was good, but I never finished it. I had a lot of coworkers at the time that were saying it was funny, it was interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know, man. I just have a hard time seeing Pattinson and the new Superman. Like, it's just so black and white.
Yeah, I agree. Matt Reeves' Batman universe was intended to be a solo thing before James Gunn took over. So his vision was never to intertwine this with Superman. And you can tell the way he does it. This I don't think this Batman, Robert Pattinson's, he doesn't even have, like, he had a glide suit, but it's a normal skydiving suit, if you remember in the movie. He can't run the ones with these guys.
No.
He can't.
No.
Like, Bales may be able to, or like...
Well, I mean,
but Bales would even need an upgrade.
Even look at, this is, we go back, you're going to get me spiraling, go back to Ben Affleck's Batman. He had all the gizmos.
Yeah.
He was running with them. Yeah, you know, people like to crack jokes at the first Justice League movie where it's like, you know, he got hit once when they brought Supes back to life.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, he got pieced up right away. And it's like, yeah. He's there with all the heavy hitters. You know what he does anytime he's with the heavy hitters? He bluffs, or he's got his big fancy toys to back him up.
Or defuses the bomb.
Right. And so, you know, but like even then, like he's in this rubber suit, and the movement, it was all CGI, but the movement that was there, and, you know, they cracked a few jokes about, like, I think his back being bad or something.
Yeah.
Like, he got a hit. And it's like, he was older Batman.
Yeah.
They played it well. Like, he still kept up with him.
Yeah, that's how I wouldn't want any. I think Pattinson is good. I think he is. If his script was written to be intertwined with them, I think he could maybe do it. But it's not. That's like it's such an
to intertwine. You're looking at a completely different.
That's what I'm saying.
Movie.
It's entirely different.
Yeah.
Now I'm fine when the DCU happens and Superman's movies are like have more color and they're happy and they're cheerful and there's hope. And you watch Batman's and it's like dark and there's kind of gloom and there's like more like a grounded feature to it. That is fine. I'm okay with that. Like I'm okay if it's directed like that. That makes sense. But I think Pattinson's is way too grounded
breaking my stuff.
to be what's it called, added to the universe.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. I don't see his meeting Superman and then next time is like I need this too. I need this too. I need this.
Fresh Batman, dude. Like he's such a fresh Batman.
Is it good? Is that good in the sense that when he sees all this stuff, he's shocked and he's like, "Holy smokes! Like I gotta up my tech."
I mean, I don't think it would go that way though, because by the time
they don't even really have a good Fox.
So this is gonna come across as like, oh well, Batman didn't always, like if you look at the animated ones or certain comics, like he wasn't always aware of Superman. Batman tracks what goes on, right? So he would be well aware that some like
he pulls up the
creature,
speed. He pulls up speed graphs and see who's like zipping around. That's how he tracks Superman sometimes.
And it's like he would be tracking that Superman is there. Now I'm not saying he wouldn't know Clark Kent's Superman, but he would be aware of him. Yeah. And I feel like hitting him with like Thunderstruck or Starstruck, whatever it was, to like, oh, I have to improve my game. I feel like that's just not Batman.
Yeah. I agree as well. I like, and here's something else I don't want. I trust James Gunn. So far with all the castings and everything, I haven't watched Superman. All of his casting and his announcements, I am on board with as a huge DC fan, and I think he's going to do great for the DC universe. I don't want you interfering with Matt Reeves' Batman. Yeah, he made something different and special and grounded. And you may not like it as much as most people, but most people you talk to are like, dude.
Oh, I remember.
Phenomenal. Awesome. Amazing.
I was an outlier. I'm aware.
Like, let Matt Reeves do his thing with the Batman and keep it. I don't want James Gunn being like, well, now you got to, like, pull this. The Riddler was his first villain. I can't see him teaming up with Superman to go against Brainiac and, like, Cheetah. That he's just not going to do it. Up. There has to be, like, a more techie, advanced Batman to be there. And this guy's tech, if we remember, was, contact lenses. Yeah. Like, contact lens for Catwoman. So it's just, I think it's too separate. And I think it'd be such a jarring move for this Batman to go over. If we see him next movie and then he has the Bat Jet and then he has the Bat suit so we can go one-on-one with Superman. Like, I just don't think it fits the universe Matt Reeves built. So that's why they get to pay the big bucks, but I don't know who I want cast as him. I've been hearing Alan Richardson from Reacher.
Okay. Yeah, I've seen
Jensen Ackles as well.
Don't even get me started. I would love to see Jensen Ackles as Batman. He has talked about how he's wanted to play Batman before.
How old is Jensen Ackles, though?
Oh, Jensen Ackles.
If he's in his 40s or 50s, he's out.
No. He's got to be late 30s, maybe mid 30s. Let me look this up. Because I don't want to say he was young. I get a chance. Oh, this is the guy with the truck.
I don't know, because that would be interesting to see. David Cornswit as Superman, I think, is really good casting. I think he looks really good.
Ooh. He's 46 years old.
He's out.
Really? Even with the seasoned Superman?
Why'd you get rid of Cavill? So, no, Superman in this, quote-unquote, is seasoned, but he's still young. Like, David Cornswit's, young 20s or mid-20s or whatever.
Yeah, but I don't think Superman and Batman are necessarily, like, super close in age, are they?
Some, yeah.
Well, yeah, I guess.
But the thing, like, you can't... I don't really want, like, Superman, like, 20s in the movies, and then Batman's, like, 50 in the movies. Like, I just...
Hey,
I want them on par. Like
Hugh Jackman's gonna be playing Wolverine till he's 90. So
yeah.
All right, who's this guy you want me to see?
I don't know. I'm trying to figure out his name.
I don't know. Pattinson in that universe, I just don't think it would work out. But yeah, I mean, then you got to really start looking at like who do you want casted as Batman, and it's just a whole thing.
Yeah, I'll find it later, and then
excuse me,
I'll let you know. But it is. I do think David Cornsweet is really good as Superman. He looks the part and everything like that. They're gonna have to see. Because they want to do the whole Bat family and everything. They want a Robin. I think it's Batman Brave and the Bold. It's like the first Batman movie coming out.
Okay.
They want a Robin or two. They want Nightwing. They've already announced the Teen Titans movie, and it's the
OG.
Yeah.
Robin, Cyborg,
for the
Raven.
TV show OG.
Yeah.
Yeah, Robin, Cyborg,
yeah,
Raven.
Okay, I get what you're saying. The differentiate. But yeah, like.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
I can't wait to see like Terra come in, and I can't wait to see like a
good Slade.
A really good Slade. I can't wait to see Trigon if they do that. I can't wait to see Contest of Champions if you remember that arc on it. Like that's. I can't wait to see Speedy come in, like Red Arrow and stuff. That's what I'm hoping for Teen Titans, and I hope they keep it. But it has to be
Young Justice going on.
It has to be. Dick Grayson has to be.
Yeah, not the new movement where it's Damian Wayne.
I don't know.
It's not my cup of tea.
He's not mine either.
Not my
Dick
cup of
Grayson
tea.
is my Robin. Like
Yes.
that's who I like. I would like to see Dick Grayson in the first Batman movie as the Robin with him, and then if they take him and pull him off and put him as
Teen Titan leader.
Yeah. I'm good with that.
Yeah.
But I think they're leaning more towards Damian Wayne for the Batman movie, but I don't want Damian Wayne as leader of Teen Titans.
Really, the Batman movie with Pattinson, or you're talking about
with
DCU?
DCU?
Okay, I was gonna say, yeah, wow, that would be talk about a time skip. I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I would have to tend to.
Tim
agree.
Drake is good as well.
Yeah, it's so nostalgic for like our age group, that Teen Titans team.
Yeah, that team is great.
It's phenomenal.
I guess I don't care if he's Nightwing or not.
Yeah.
Nightwing's my favorite.
Just Dick Grayson.
You know who's been rumored to be Nightwing?
Who's that?
Who's the lead guy in Shazam?
Really?
I'll pull him up. He's been been
right.
No, he's been locking in.
He looks old.
I'll look it up for you.
He looks old though.
Not Zachary Levi.
Oh.
Not
lead
the
guy
kid,
in
the
Shazam.
kid.
Oh, I don't know his name really.
Yeah.
For Nightwing, did he have like a growth spurt that I'm not tracking or something?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I was gonna say because I only remember him from Shazam 1. I don't even know if I've ever actually watched from start to finish Shazam 2, but yeah, he must have had like a glow up or something. If that's the rumor.
He posted a clip of Nightwing on his Twitter one time, and then he posted like a physique update.
Okay.
And then people were like, "Whoa, I can't remember his name right now," but I was like, "Go for it." Honestly, after I saw it, I was like, "All right, I gotta look up his name now and Shazam and everything." You know, Zachary Levi was a good Shazam.
Yeah, they didn't do enough with him in time, and now he's looking older, and he's just not really right for the
Asher
part.
Angel. Let me look him up.
That's his name?
Yeah.
Asher Angel? Oh, this guy's blowing up my phone with this truck.
What, does he like it? Or
No, it's the guy I bought it from. I don't know if something's going on.
what about similar to this?
Could this mean something or something? Yeah, I mean, he fits. He fits the role.
Yeah.
Yeah, shove your phone in the camera.
I think he wouldn't be far off. Like here's kind of a physique update for him.
Okay, yeah.
That's the one he posted.
He got built for sure. I don't know. Height wise, I don't know because Nightwing's supposed to kind of be like a taller character, but I mean, in all honesty, so was Wolverine short, and Hugh Jackman played him. So I really can't say anything about height. But
yeah, I would.
The build and the look is there.
Yeah, and he can act, so I'm pretty much game with that. As well. So if Asher Angel's cast as Nightwing, I'm a huge fan. I don't know for Batman right now. I'll send you a TikTok on it later on who some people think.
Yeah.
But I don't think Patson's Batman can come over.
No.
I like Patson.
I don't think
I
so
like
at
his
all.
Batman. I want to see James Gunn, after the Batman's done, pull Matt Reeves in to help him with writing stuff.
That'd be cool.
I think that would be awesome.
That'd be a great team up right there.
I think Matt Reeves has pretty much showed that he's like He knows what he's doing,
Yeah.
and he's kind of like just like dialed in and
For
can do all this kinds of crazy stuff. Because it's crazy because the Matt Reeves universe is getting a Clayface TV show, or
That's
James
right.
Gunn announced that.
Yeah. I saw that.
And the Haunting of Hill House director is directing it.
You told me that.
I think phenomenal choice.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for that. And the way they can do it is it doesn't have to actually be like like Clay everywhere. Before when he started murdering people in the beginning, he was an actor. And then he murdered like the people on the set. He would keep their faces and wear them. Yeah. That would be quote unquote shape shifting for him. So they do like a murder mystery kind of thing like that. Could be really cool. So I don't know how they'll do it.
Time will tell.
I think he's a great director's choice. I don't know who to play Clayface yet. It's kind of interesting. But some of the stuff they're doing, I'm so hyped. But I'm just like, dang, man, Clayface isn't he's in Matt Reeves now. And I'm like, what's going on?
Yeah.
And it's like, and James Gunn's announcing it, which he's leading DC, so it makes sense. But it's also like confusing slightly because are you announcing it for your side or are you announcing it for like you're just hyping up your boy Matt Reeves like with his stuff?
Yeah,
But now is the show coming out before the Batman because it's delayed? Or if you merge it, are we not getting the show? Like it's just so much.
Man,
like
whether it comes out before or after, I really don't think it makes that big of a difference. More
I don't
or less,
think
like,
so
who
either.
It's connected to because you could always be like, this movie takes place at this point. I mean, remember when Hawkeye came out?
Yeah.
You know, so it's like
that's true.
If it's done right, it'll still work.
Yeah, I'm intrigued. Everyone they've been picking casting has been just great choices.
Yeah.
Some of the Green Lantern ones, really good Hal Jordan in my opinion.
I've seen some posts, but I'm not.
Yeah, you know he got backlash when he first got picked because he said he wasn't dark skinned enough.
Interesting.
It's a black. Cheek was like, "What do you mean?"
Yeah.
And Cheek was like, "Are we serious right now? Like we're complaining." I don't know. It was crazy. I can imagine getting cast for your dream role and you wake up and you're black and they're like, "Yeah, you're not black enough. Can you be like 2 shades darker?" And it's like, dead. Like,
dude, that's the
like mob.
That's the whole thing with How to Train Your Dragon right now.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm gonna be honest, right? Like, I cracked the joke when at the beginning of this, like DI hires and all that. And it's like when it's done improperly, if you're just doing it so you can reach to a certain audience, and it's like, oh well, this, that, and the other thing, you're gonna run into issues. You're gonna run into problems. I will say though, having seen the onset, like I was really indifferent about it because we're talking about animated characters.
Yeah.
Who the voice actor for Astrid was black and stuff like that. It's like, as long as it's done well, and like for instance, how do I separate this, right? Percy Jackson versus How to Train Your Dragon. Yep. My opinion, two completely different things. Mm-hmm. Two completely different things. Absolutely black and white. No pun intended. But yeah, like that Annabeth in the Percy Jackson, she's a redhead. You know, this, that.
Redheads get miscasted all the time.
It's one of those things where it's
I
like,
can't even get April O'Neil.
That point.
Starfire?
Like, at that point, that's 100% like, I'm doing this for this reason, regardless if they're a good actor or not.
Yeah.
It's like people get denied for roles based on looks for a reason.
Yeah.
Like, it's not because you're a good or bad actor.
I don't want to be Black
that's
Panther.
Not what we're looking for. Exactly.
I don't want to be T'Challa.
Dude,
I don't want to be Static Shock.
The backlash that people we would get if something like that happened.
Yeah.
But no, like with How to Train Your Dragon, for instance, I've been seeing some on-set pictures. They've got the look going for him, and I'm like, this looks really good.
Yep.
And I'm like, stay true to the character, and like,
there's a reason
let's
good.
roll with it. Let's roll with it.
I don't want to be Jon Stewart. I don't want a white guy being Jon Stewart.
Yeah.
Like, put them how they are in the comics. Yeah. Why is the Little Mermaid? Like, I don't get it.
There's some things where it's like, you're doing this. You say you're doing it for one reason, but you are so clearly not. But yeah, like that was like my big differentiating point was like when I saw the initial castings and I was like, but then I'm seeing on-set pictures and I'm like, okay, we're cooking with something.
Like, I don't want a Miles Morales live action. I don't want him white.
Yeah.
I don't.
I will say, though, some of the castings for How to Train Your Dragon, absolutely absurd. The chick that's playing...
They got Gerard Butler in there.
Tough Nut and Rough Nut. I think Rough Nut is the female twin.
Yeah.
She's like this obese character. Like, and that's... the twins are lanky, skinny.
Yeah, I know. That's their... Yeah.
And that's just not the case. Like, the twins are going to be something in there. I wouldn't. Okay, I don't even think the chick's obese. I might have been over exaggerating.
Yeah.
But she's not rough.
She's not a twig.
Yeah.
Like,
so it's one of those things, you know. And now, granted, you're also basing this off of CGI.
a teaser.
Yeah.
And CGI.
So, but we'll see. I do think that if it's done well, that's a movie that'll be done pretty well. But again, you just gotta play your cards right. If you're gonna do stuff like that.
I know. Oh, while you were gone, Professor Snape, I think, is being cast as a black man for the Harry Potter reboot.
Is that actually happening? I keep seeing things, but I've never seen confirmation.
I believe. Oh, I've seen.
He's
either the
is
lead
what you're
choice
talking
right
about,
now.
Right?
No, the Harry Potter HBO is doing a Harry Potter TV show.
I did see that.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait. Are we talking about the same thing as the show called The Cursed Child?
No.
No?
Cursed Child, I think, was like the first book, and I don't know if they're doing anything with that. The very or it's like not the first book, but I think like a prequel or something like that to some of it. But so it's people gave backlash over, but they were just like, that's not Snape.
Yeah.
Like they were like, put Adam Driver as Snape.
Yeah.
They'd be like,
dude, Harry Potter in general, you got to be careful with these castings.
yeah, you're gonna get a riot
I mean, look
from
at
the
people
fans.
Looking back at there's already so much they call themselves Potterheads, this, that, and the other thing. But people already make these huge. I was one of the huge people that I was like, oh, Harry and Ginny and Ron and Hermione.
Yeah, yeah.
But then you see all this stuff that pop up, and it's like, these are essentially like Ron and Ginny, essentially two completely different characters from the books and the movies.
Yeah.
From what I keep seeing.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, maybe if they were more book accurate, maybe I would have had less issues with some of the movies.
Yeah,
So
we'll see. There's always problems with this typecasting, dude, and it's like I don't know. Like I don't think it's hard. Like you wouldn't think.
Hollywood, baby.
I guess
Hollywood. It's all about who you know.
I don't know. DC is gonna be interesting. I do have faith in James Gunn, and that's why Superman is on my list for top 5 most anticipated movies this year. This is mine. No particular order, just to give you guys an idea of what's coming out. Mission Impossible, can't wait. I always love them.
Did not realize that was coming out next year. So excited.
Some people aren't. That's fine. Dude, I find everyone I'm sitting there and I'm enjoying it and I'm locked in for a Mission Impossible movie. Superman, got to be on the list.
Yep.
The Conjuring, Last Rites. Listen, Conjuring is my favorite horror franchise, 1 and 2. I think you liked the third one and you didn't like the second. You liked the third one and I didn't. I think you didn't like the second one and I didn't.
Oh, I think the
Devil Made Me Do It or something like that.
Oh yeah, did that? You're right.
Yeah.
Second one was hit or miss with me, but the third one, The Devil Made Me Do It, I thought was phenomenal.
Yeah, we're kind of replaced on that.
Yeah.
So
surprised you remembered that. That was pretty good.
Yeah, I am just hoping they go back to the feel of the first one.
Yeah.
The first one is just
first one was
so good to me. Just give me that. Tron Ares.
I've seen a very short teaser for this.
I just like the world of Tron, and it's been a while.
I didn't realize that they were making another movie.
The first one, nothing spectacular. It's not the best movie ever made. I just enjoyed it, and I like the world of Tron. I like the discs. I like what's going on. I'm excited to see that. And 28 years later with Aaron Taylor Johnson. Also need the trailer tonight. One of the best trailers I've watched for a movie in a while.
Okay.
I watched the trailer alone.
Johnson's got some picking up to do.
No, well, yes. Okay. Yes, but no, this is his year. Craven's kind of sucked, but he's been in Nosferatu, apparently phenomenal. 28 years later, apparently phenomenal. Something else he was in, apparently phenomenal.
Now, okay, when I said he's got some picking up to do, by no means do I think Craven was his fault.
I know
what you're talking about. You're going into a losing situation with Sony. So, and they're realizing that, considering that there's rumors about them talking about hiring another Spider-Man. They're realizing they are on their way. But
just stop touching and give it all to Marvel.
For real.
Just stop. Actually, at this point, I don't know too much with Marvel. Give it to me at this point.
But yeah, I don't think he's a bad actor at all. I just being related to that, that's a blemish on your career.
If he was with Tom Holland's Spider-Man and someone else wrote the script, I think he's knocking it out of the park.
Yeah.
But I think that for all of Sony's characters that they made pretty much.
Because they keep trying to make these anti-heroes that have a just cause.
There's no Morbius fan base really out there. I think Craven's an awesome villain as well. I would love to see him.
You're getting these top name actors, and you are ruining it.
Tom Hardy, Jared Leto, Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Like the Venom movies, regardless. I haven't seen Last Dance. I have been wanting to sit down and watch it. I got to rent it, but I still like.
It might be on Prime or something.
It is, but you have to rent it.
Oh, okay.
I was looking yesterday, I think. I do like the Venom movies.
Yeah.
I like the banter that they get going and stuff like that. Even Tom Hardy, though, he's getting up there in age, and he was asked recently, would you keep the role if it meant you got to fight Spider-Man?
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah. I think we need to see these
That's
guys.
why I did 3
he made it
bad movies, 3 good, okay movies.
It was along the lines of, like, what was his comment? It was like something like, we have to see them on screen together because it's not like I didn't leave a piece of Venom in the MCU already.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I agree as well.
That would be such a waste, dude, if they did all that and the symbiotes in the MCU and just so you could avoid bringing Tom Hardy over, dude.
I have no idea. It's going to be interesting. I mean, Fantastic Four, I do want to watch it, but it's not making my top 5.
Yeah, things have kind of slowed down with how much I've been seeing of them.
I'm intrigued to see where they go with it. I'd rather, if I could only watch Superman or Fantastic Four, I'm watching Superman.
Oh, yeah.
I got to see how the DCU starts. I got to see how they act. I got to see all the stuff getting going. I got to see where James Gunn's taking the DC universe. There's some other good movies coming out next year and some other things, but that's my top 5. You guys can let me know yours in the comments. Again, some of them I don't see, like Tron Ares being movie of the year. I don't see 28 Years Later being movie of the year. Dude, I'm just hyped to watch them. I think after you watch 28 Years Later trailer, you're gonna be like,
it sounds so familiar, but nothing's coming to my mind about it.
Yeah, you'll remember when you see it and stuff like. Oh, Peaky Blinders movie comes out as well.
Yep, I've been seeing a lot about that.
I never finished Peaky Blinders.
I've got through season 1 and never.
Okay, dude, I thought you were about to roast me. I was like,
so I mean, I know I watched the last episode with Chief, but I never finished it.
I probably gotta watch. Apparently, it's phenomenal.
I
have to be like locked in to watch it.
Yes, that is my issue. I have I don't even want to call it ADHD, but it's like if I can't look down to my phone, like if I get a text or something, like just to break I'm staring at the screen, I need to look at my phone to break this for a little bit and like not get bed sores and bed rot, you know what I'm saying? It's just one of those things where it's like I feel like I look down for 30 seconds and like 10 minutes of the movie's gone by and I'm like, what did I miss?
Yeah, and I'm like, is this with this family? Is this guy with this family? Are they good together?
It's not a show I can binge.
Yeah.
It's not.
And I think it's great when I watch it, but I'm just like, I don't know. I would have had to watch it with someone else, I think.
Yeah.
I think eventually I will watch it just because that's who I am, especially if the movie's coming out. But I don't know. I mean, Barry Keoghan joined the cast as well. He's the guy who was Joker and the Batman as well.
Okay. Yeah.
So we'll see. The Batman's villains are still up in the air as well. I know we talked about that earlier. I do want to see what Barry Keoghan does as the Joker. Just intrigued how it ties into that universe to see where he pairs up against the other ones and stuff.
Did you ever watch Joker 2?
Apparently it's awful.
That's what I heard.
Abysmal.
That's what I heard. I haven't watched
I think they said like an absurd amount of songs. Like 17 or more.
What?
Yeah.
It's a musical?
Yeah.
Did they do that a lot?
Full-on musical. No.
I didn't think so.
Full-on Lady Gaga musical.
Oh, that was another thing. I was looking at it and I was like, I guess I should watch this, but I don't want to sit down and watch this when I know it's gotten slack.
Yeah.
And then I guess it just never clicked to me that Lady Gaga was Harley Quinn, and I was like, what?
Yeah. Apparently she's not Harley Quinn either. Yeah.
Whatever, dude. Whatever.
We'll have to get in that next episode, but oh man, it was good to be back. We went over a lot today. Holy cow.
Yeah, man. I'm back.
I can't wait. A lot more to record. Please stop sending me OnlyFans stuff. Whoever sent me this.
Peace Tea, sponsor me. I've been drinking you guys for years.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen. They hate us.
They may hate you, but they don't hate me. I'm like the prime money.
You said the word obesity on this podcast. You're hated.
Good.
Yeah, I know.
Go hit the gym.
I agree with that, which I'm about to go do. Jimmy, I'm glad you're back, dude. I can't wait to record a lot more. I'm going to send you the 28 Years Later trailer as well as that Batman fan casting.
Yep.
We'll see what the DC's got coming next year. Make sure to follow, guys.
See ya. Peace.